going down, baby? It's your boy Clifton Simmons. Tune in every Monday night with Late Nights with All Access, baby.
It's your boy AJ Rivas. Tune in every Monday night.
Tune in every Monday night.
Every Monday night.
Every Monday for
Late Nights with All Access.
Miss King 10 is in the building. Tune in every Monday
night to Late Night with All Access. Let's get it.
You already know.
Every Monday night.
Hey guys, it's Natasha. It's your girl, Nat Boogie. Make sure that you tune in every Monday night. Every single Monday night. To Late Nights with All Access.
Hold up, big baby.
All right. Welcome back to Late Nights with All Access. Myself, MikeAnthony. Right next to me, Miss Nat Boogie. Right next to her, the one and only Mr. Taryn back in the house.
Hey.
Applause. Taryn
It's
is
been
back.
a minute.
Taryn is
It's
back.
been a minute.
This was one huge surprise. Of course, right next to him, we have Miss Dr. Natasha.
Doctor!
Dr. Queen.
Doctor!
Natasha.
Yeah, thank you.
Fucking right we do.
And tonight's show is Relationship and Sex.
Yes.
Pride Month.
Yes.
It's kind of a special edition.
Yeah.
We have the very first time, married
Yes.
couple.
The gays are in
The
the
gays
house.
are in the house. The gays are in the house.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
Married. Rueben and
Legally.
David.
Love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So Ruben and
Yes.
David,
Yes.
thank you so much for
Of
joining us.
course.
You know,
for having
and
us.
before we got on, I was asking them. I said, I had but I had talked to Natasha and asked her about, because you're friends with Natasha, and we were talking about this last episode, saying, it would be really interesting if we had, a gay couple on the show. But we wanted to make sure that I was wanting to make sure it was okay to say that. And I had asked her earlier, I said, how do you want me to title it? Like, do you want me to title it gay married couple or
Apparently
LGB?
me and Nat weren't gay enough.
So, and politically correct, is LGBTQ
QIA
yes.
plus.
I told him
Yeah.
there's a preference. So some
Yeah.
people don't like to be identified as gay or queer.
Right.
It depends on, honestly, the generation and how they grew up and what they're okay with. So I said, it depends on the people.
Yeah. But I love it because we were talking with
Yeah.
gays.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Like she said,
Let's go.
she said generational, and it's
Yes.
definitely like we're not like the Gen Zs are a little bit more. I feel like sensitive, if you will, like to the whole spectrum. Yeah.
How old are you guys?
I'm 32.
33.
Baby.
And I'm just gonna jump right in here.
Go for it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When did you guys tell me the story.
Like, when did we meet, or when did we
did
know
they
we were
come
gay?
out?
when did you come out? When did you guys
okay.
meet?
You can go
Yeah,
first.
we're jumping right in.
You can go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I didn't come out till I was 21.
Okay.
Actually. And I was
Okay.
actually all through high school and growing up, I was only with girls.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was a late
Okay.
bloomer.
Yeah, I guess a late bloomer. But yeah, I had always had like this
But you knew, though,
urge. Yeah,
right?
like there was this, but also too, I didn't find myself not attracted to women. So
Fair
that's
enough,
why
okay.
I was like, okay. And then I kind of just came out because I was forced to. It was a random situation. But my parents were very accepting of it. My
Love
family
that.
and friends.
Good.
I think it also turned into one of those like, we knew kind
Right.
of things.
Fair enough.
We knew. But yeah, I was 21 when I finally came out and started to like actually
Like, this is who I am.
date and
Yeah.
claim. Yeah. And then actually also like dating guys. I didn't date. I didn't know. I was like, had the attraction.
I
but
don't mean to
didn't know
put you
how
on the
approach it.
spot.
No, you're
I
good.
literally had this conversation earlier tonight. I was with two couples that I absolutely love. One works for the zoo, and the other one works for the Whitty Museum. And so I don't mean to put you on the spot, but
no.
Here we are. So
Yeah.
we're on a podcast.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And so you? Yes.
Mine is completely different. So
Okay.
I came out when I was a freshman in high school, I think.
Okay.
But mine was completely different. Kind of outed in the same way I have like a very, very typical Hispanic Latino dad who is like macho, was in a gang when he was younger, like real
shit,
hardcore.
okay.
And then my mom is like the most loving white woman you could ever meet. So my situation was a little different. It wasn't as easy, right? But and I was like super nerdy when I was growing up. Like I didn't have any friends, and so my story's a little different because I was so young. Like and it wasn't like these days you see kids in high school going to school and makeup on, and like no one even bats an eye at it. They don't even. It's normal. But back then it was like there was two of us. And
Right.
we had to stick together. But yeah, no. And then and then high school came, and then it was cool because I became a cheerleader, and everyone thought I was so cool. And then college, and so it was.
Where'd you go to high? This is such a
I'm
San
from
Antonio
the south
question.
side of San Antonio. Yeah, I went to McCullum High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Such a San Antonio question.
It is.
Like,
Yeah,
everyone's like, "Oh, where did you go to high school?" Yeah.
And most people are like Johnson or like one of the. But no. So my story is a little different, but I will say, I almost wish I would have come out. It sounds crazy, but I wish I would have come out at an even younger age to just get that over with earlier, so that when I got to like middle school, I could have already been in my own skin. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, understand.
Because in college, that's when I finally was like, yes, this is me, and I felt like there were people that were well ahead of me, and I was like trying to play catch up. So
everything happens for a reason.
Oh, for sure.
And timing is everything.
For sure.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are though. Yep. And I love that.
Okay, so how did you meet?
Yeah,
Let me
exactly.
ask, how did y'all meet?
Yeah. You go.
No,
let's hear the story.
Y'all say two different stories.
I know we kind of do have two different stories.
So we had
You're bullshit. What the fuck?
You're a liar.
No, we had mutual friends, and we were already friends on Facebook for quite some time.
Okay.
And then at that time, he was like really big on Advocare and like
the pyramid scheme
and all that stuff.
Pyramid scheme.
And then
not.
And I was like hitting like the gym, and like he saw that I was like on this like weight loss journey, so he randomly messaged me to go to like a mixer. I couldn't go.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
All right, hold up. I don't mean to cut you off.
This is
but
true so far.
But did you slide in his DMs because like
no. So the crazy thing is that
he wanted my money.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know about that, but it's like
I didn't even
hey,
know
like
he
this
was.
guy's cute.
That was a good icebreaker.
No.
Hey, you like to work out? Try this product.
I didn't even know who he was. I just saw him on. He was constantly posting like progress pictures, and I was like, well, I need to sell Advocare. I need to get someone to sign up under me. So I was messaging all these people. We didn't really know who each other were, but I found out later that he knew who I was. But I'll tell my side of the story.
Okay, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
My friends knew him, and
let's go.
He lived in the same apartment complex as one of my best friends in UT, where they went to school. And so we were out one day, or I told him I couldn't make it. He sent me all the information, and then randomly we're out at the strip. We're at Sparky's, all our friends.
And I didn't live here at the time. I was still living in Austin.
Okay.
And I saw him walk in, and I told my friend, I was like, hey, like, Ruben's here, the guy from Facebook. And they were just like, well, you should go talk to him. So one of my friends went up.
Because we knew each other.
Yeah, and she said hi, and he was like, she was like, my friend wants to dance with you. And he was like, well, he wanted to play hard to get. And said, well, if your friend wants to dance with me, then he could come ask me. So
I was like, you're not going to send someone to come dance with me.
So then we're like in this big group, but like everyone like goes to like kind of dance. And then the next thing I know, like I'm dancing with my best friend. And then someone just grabs me and like pulls me away. And
I was drunk at this point. Finally, I had
liquid
courage.
But when we legit left her dancing by herself. Like we joke about it to this day because she like turned around and she was like looking for me, and I was like off talking to him.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks that we didn't even exchange numbers. It was just messaging
Facebook Messenger.
And then
I gotta make sure it wasn't crazy.
Right? Things started going pretty good, and then we moved pretty quickly. We moved in.
Within like 6 months maybe.
Whoa, hold on. Moved in together.
Oh yeah,
moved in,
we were like roommates in like a roommate house type of situation.
Okay,
okay.
But
in gay year 6 months we were already at a year and a half.
Yeah, we should have been married again.
It's different.
It's different. It's different.
They joke about like lesbians like U-hauling it. Like they meet and then they like a week later they have a house together and a cat.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's because that's a good, wait, hold on. That's a good segue because like in the gay world, lesbian, gay, everyone, like I feel like it's a thing because there's not many of them that are committing. Let me rephrase that before I get hate. There's not a lot, like not everyone is in it for the relationship at the very beginning. So some people just want to have fun, and that's okay.
Fair,
that's
right?
all, do your thing. But when you meet people that are kind of on the same level, you're like, oh, okay, like this is real. Like we could actually, okay, cool. Like, and then you start to hit it off, and you're like, okay, we can't waste time. We can't waste time. So that's kind of how it happened. But his story was on point, except for he forgot to mention. I found out later. No, nothing bad. But I always joke with him and he denies it. But one of our really good friends, Jackie, she was like, oh, yeah, like he would always talk about you. And I was like, what do you mean? Because at the time I was in college and I lived in Austin and we were always doing all the like South by Southwest stuff and going to
ACL and
tapings
all
of things and things like that.
yeah.
So we were meeting like Britney Spears and Demi Lovato, and I was always taking pictures with like these celebrities. So that he was always like, oh, did you see who Ruben met this time? Oh, did you see who Ruben? I was like, oh, so you knew who I was way prior to me.
Hell yeah.
It was
Poster on your wall and everything.
Just him, not the
Just him.
celebrities.
She was getting all your notifications.
Yeah.
I have a badge now.
Picture on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Love it.
I'm top fan of
Verified fan, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah.
We got married in 2019, January
Congrats.
2019.
Congratulations.
Hell
on
yeah.
that.
I love that.
Super sad. We now share the anniversary with the death of Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah.
It was our 1 year anniversary.
Our 1 year anniversary. It was sad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like all like excited, and then we went to a bar and we were
Oh,
like, "What
shit.
the hell?"
Yeah, we're just like, Kobe Bryant.
We were
died.
at down on Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Damn.
Yeah, Don Grayson was.
yeah, not to kill the mood or anything, but
Yeah.
we'll never forget our.
all sad
yeah,
again.
I know.
I
I know. Well, wow. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Man.
Well, that's awesome.
But yeah.
Congratulations, both of
Yeah,
y'all.
thank you.
Yeah.
So where do you guys get married at?
New Braunfels.
Yeah, we got married at the Chandelier of Green. It's in Green, New Braunfels. We tried to plan like a small wedding, and then we ended up having like how many, like 365 people or 400 people, something
It was
crazy.
almost 400.
Next
Yeah.
question. Why weren't we invited?
Right?
Y'all would have.
We didn't know you-
Well,
God,
would-
400
we
people.
would-
first off,
Yeah,
y'all would
y'all
have.
would've
Yeah,
been.
y'all would have been invited if we knew you, because my list was like if I didn't even talk to you in the past 6 months, you ain't. I'm not even gonna think about it. He
400
wanted-
people? 400 people.
He wanted to invite. Oh yeah, well let's invite. I was like, no.
Taryn
it's
bought
like,
me a drink. He's invited.
it ended up being like
Let's go.
$80 a person at the end of the day. You know?
I'm
So
here
it
for
was
it.
expensive. But it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was
That
so
sounds
fun.
like fun.
It was so fun.
Big
That's
wedding.
awesome.
It was a lot of
question.
work.
Yeah.
Did y'all both wear tuxes at the wedding?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I love.
Yeah. We had different
Okay,
colors
but,
though.
okay. Well,
What was
to,
the
to to back off or to back off her question, who walked down the aisle?
We both did.
Both did.
And we only had women in our wedding, so
Okay.
no men. It was just a woman married us, and we had 6 girls and 6 girls on each side.
Love that.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
all women. It was cool
Okay,
because we
so I
wanted
don't
to be the
think
only
I've
men.
Yeah, I don't
What
think
were the
I've
colors?
Ever heard of that?
Navy.
awesome.
So the girls wore navy dresses with pockets.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Lace and pockets.
For the
Yeah, it was
snack.
like lace
With
ones.
pockets.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was cute, yeah.
Wait, but y'all
Pockets
wore
is
2 different
everything.
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wore gray and he
And I wore like a light blue.
I love that.
Mhm. It was fun. It was
That's
good.
amazing.
And we were always bragging about like when we were going to search for bridesmaid dresses. That's the only shitty part is that we're not girls, so we don't know
Right.
what they want. And so we were like, and then we saw one in a magazine that was not even released yet, and we're like, oh, we want that one. So all our girls were like, yeah, we'll get it, but they hadn't tried it on. They hadn't anything. And finally, one came in, and thank God, one of our girls tried it on, and she was like, it's amazing.
Perfect.
We're like, oh, thank God. So it worked out.
Yeah, it was good.
I love that.
It was
so
so fun.
altogether, y'all been together how long?
8 years. 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so y'all
Yeah.
were together before.
Y'all,
were y'all together
y'all
before it
match
was
up on
legal?
that answer there.
Yeah, it's-
before y'all fuck it up.
No, yeah, it was 8
Yeah.
years because 2015. Wow, September of 2015. No.
Yeah, we were together. No.
Oh, well, we'll be 8 years then this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8
That's
years.
like 40 years in gay years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a while.
Congratulations.
It was
I'll
a
go
long
with
time.
8. I'll stick with 8.
yeah,
I think
it's definitely 8 because
Hell yeah.
2015. Because
Yeah.
we shortly after we started dating. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Not embarrassing, but we danced for the WNBA when we had the stars here. So they had like
Nice.
WNBA, and then we did
Nice.
Team Energy for Spurs. So we both
Yeah.
did that. So like it was very shortly after we started dating, and then he was like, "Yo,
Is that how did y'all? Is that how you met?
No,
Or-
no, just no. He had already been doing WNBA,
Okay. Yeah,
I
and
think
then
I was, like,
he
on
got
my-
me into it because I was a
nice.
cheerleader and
Okay.
he was not.
Yeah, I think it was like my 4th season.
Yeah, he was like, "You should do it." I was like, "I'm a cheerleader, not a dancer," and he was like, "No, you should
I was like,
try."
you
No,
should do
just
it.
fucking whatever.
Yeah, I
It's
was
fine.
like,
But then when he auditioned, it came down to he
It
and I
bit him in the
like
ass.
going against each other, and I was like, "Don't talk
yeah,
to me, get
the
away."
judges were like, it was so funny. The judges were like, "Can we see number 22 and 45 together?" And we
Like, oh,
both looked
shit.
at each other, and I was like, and they made us do it how many times? Like,
like
3 or 4 times.
And then the last
They were
time
like,
he
"Do it
ended
again."
with a back tuck, and
At
I was
the
like,
end, I was like,
"I
"Wow,
should just
if
pack my
I'm-
shit and
I'm
leave. I didn't make
competitive."
this team."
So y'all can tumble.
He can't. I
can,
can't.
but
That's why I said I'm out.
I was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna get beat out. Like, I'm gonna pull out all the tricks." But we ended up both making it. Thank God.
Oh, good.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But did they know that y'all were?
No,
No.
they didn't know to the very end.
Everyone
They
made a
were
joke about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the people that were auditioning
Yes.
did,
Yeah.
but none of the
Not the
choreographer.
judges.
No one knew.
Yes.
They didn't know.
No one knew. We had to like keep it cool because we didn't want them to not pick us because we were dating. So we were like, let's just act like we don't know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I want to see some moves before we leave tonight.
Right?
Oh,
Someone
time
across the
ago.
floor?
That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
exactly. Keep drinking. Keep drinking.
I've gained a little weight since then.
Keep drinking before,
So
after the show.
Yeah, so David's a wow, I am sober. He is a Zumba instructor, but no, or like leader. I don't know what you're like.
Instructor, yeah.
Like, but you're like HBIC of like Zumba, like every Zumba
In San
thing I
Antonio,
see is
yes.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Zumba.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm huge on it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I only did it when we were first dating just to like, get in good. I would go to his classes and that was great. But now I'm like, absolutely not. Not because I don't like it. It's just not my thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I like to listen to Latin music at a concert, but not dance to it because I look crazy.
Oh, okay.
Some
Where do you teach at?
A place called Studio 360. It's off of Thousand Oaks and Nacogdoches. It's a private studio. But I've worked for like Gold's, Lifetime, the YMCA. Taught at all those places.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you have a good dance group? Do you have like a group of people?
Oh, I have my front row divas.
Okay, so I don't know if we talked about this before we started this. I own Elsewhere, down on the river, and I've been searching for a dance group to do a
I know what you're saying.
Like a flash mob?
A flash mob.
Oh, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
And
talking about
like
this.
whether it's like 20, 30, whatever people, like I'm so down. Like
Oh, yeah.
I
We can do it.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's meant to be.
We're talking. We're talking.
When is it gonna happen?
Yeah.
We're talking on and off the air. Here we
I
are.
don't know.
And then Ruben, you're a realtor.
I am a real estate agent.
That sweatshirt is live. Can you show it
Real
to the
estate
camera,
babe, yeah.
please?
Real
I
estate,
have a
there we
lot
go.
of realtors
Let's
that
go.
love that.
No, yeah, I'm a real estate agent.
Real
It's funny
estate.
because Mike asked me, like, how long have you been a real estate agent? I hate answering that question because if I say, oh, since 2020, everyone thinks that I jumped on the bandwagon of the market and all that. So I actually got my license, like, I'm not kidding you, I got activated and then like a week later, COVID shut down
happened.
the world.
Oh
and we were
my
like,
gosh.
oh, shit.
I can
So, yeah,
imagine.
but yeah, I love it. It's changed my life like completely, 180 for sure. My life has changed financially, spiritually, everything. Not just obviously financially, but everything else has followed with that. So I really love it. I never thought I would love it, but I love it. Yeah. What are y'all laughing about?
What brokerage?
Someone
Or is it
said-
broker or
Someone texted
brokerage?
me
How do you
already,
say
yes.
it?
Yeah, they said, bitch, sign me up for the flash mob.
Let's go. Yeah.
I am. My brokerage is a very small boutique brokerage. I'm with Maloof Realty. A lot of you.
Oh, hell yeah. Fucking
yeah,
Scott. Let's
we-
go.
yeah.
We love
Yeah.
Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
We love Scott.
Shout out to Scott. We know each other
Hold
because
on.
so I'm
Maloof
his
International.
uncle. Yeah. So Scott's uncle is my broker.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Scott,
nice.
I'll
That's where you kinda
I'll
gotta
educate
start
you a
from, I
little
think.
bit.
Okay,
So
sorry.
Scott, love him and all he does, but he's
Happy birthday,
yeah.
Scott.
Happy
Today's his
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Scott.
Everything happens for a reason. Then we brought him up.
Hell yeah. Fuck
so
yeah.
love Scott. He's actually made a name for himself with Maloof International.
100%,
Everyone
yes.
knows who Scott is. So he's a team lead for a team at Keller Williams.
Right.
And then his uncle is my broker. So his uncle has been in the real estate world for like 20 plus years. Yeah.
Got you.
So he has a very small boutique brokerage, and so I've been with him since I started.
Awesome.
But I
I
mean,
love
Scott's
that.
at our office like every
Oh
week.
yeah,
So.
And
yeah. No good.
we-
I'm sure that's where you got it
we
from.
love
Yeah.
Scott. I mean,
Yeah,
we've
they
known
learn-
Scott
that's
for
his mentor.
years and years
Yeah.
and years and
Over a
years.
decade.
For sure.
Yeah, for
For,
sure.
like,
I
half my
remember
life.
knowing Scott's name growing up. He was when he was doing club promoting.
Yeah,
and all that.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
we know.
So, but yeah, my broker is his mentor. So obviously he
Hell yeah.
keeps very close contact with him. Yeah.
Awesome.
I love that. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Cool. It's a big family. So like some of people, like we run into each other. Some of the people on Scott's team, we run to each other at like ward show or ward things, and they're like, "Oh, we're like cousins." I'm like, "Yeah, we're cousins."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
So it's funny.
That's too funny.
Can I
The
see your
second you said
thumb?
Maloof, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah, I got
oh
my.
my god.
So
That is
I was
so
one of the
cute.
main sponsors for the Pride River Parade that passed on the Riverwalk,
Yeah,
and
you
I was
were.
like, I have to like do
Where-
something. This
what
is not
float
normal
were
for
you
me.
on?
That's
Mine.
cute.
Yeah.
You were on
so
your
I
own float?
sponsored the stage, and I so I did it.
I don't know if you saw me.
I did.
Okay.
Well, I saw your float. I don't know which one
He
you
was
were because
Britney
I was.
Spears.
I was
The
I was
red
I was
Britney.
in
Oh,
a
you were the
I
red,
was in
okay,
a
okay,
red
yeah.
jumpsuit.
Oh yeah, if y'all didn't see
And
that,
holy
parade, yeah, you
shit.
probably your
Dresses-
balls sweat off of your body.
I was
You have no balls right
dripping.
now because I
Dripping.
was in shorts and my balls sweat.
Yeah,
off.
no, yeah. I had a wig on, and
Oh, I have to see a picture.
the-
of this. I didn't see any
I'm
of
sorry.
this.
Did you guys not see this?
The
Because
current
it's
post-
it's
the current
it's
photo-
amazing.
I'll have to see a picture.
It was like the
Stuck
oops
to
I
him.
is it oops I did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I posted this.
Did you really?
Hold on, I actually have a video I meant to put in the group chat.
Let me see the
Because
photo.
remember what he did
I
to
wish
me?
we could show it. We need a thing where we can
Where,
look at our
where did
phones
you
and show
get it
stuff.
from, or did you? Is
that-
it truly a Britney Spears costume? Or
That
you
was on
found, like, a
Amazon.
bodysuit?
That was on Amazon, and then and the
Y'all
wig
missing
was on
Taryn
Amazon as
actually
well.
showing us
No,
how he was
do you,
dressed up.
okay,
so
y'all
that's
remember
amazing.
at was it the St. Patrick's Day parade? And Taryn was like zooming in on my ass.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
now you're
No,
gonna
I
zoom
got
on
you.
Maybe.
the spot.
No, I
Yeah,
got
and-
you. I got you.
Sorry about it.
Hold on, same. Look.
Okay.
I have
There's
to
really
see.
no
I have
ass
to see.
there, but
Well, my ass looks good in that, so
Looks like you have a wedgie.
yeah, it looks like you have a veggie.
well, you're welcome. The hell?
The guy call you tiny buns right now. Tiny buns. Tiny
Hey,
red buns.
Taryn, so would you agree this year it
We
was
need another
different?
drink for this.
It was different. So this was the second year for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
River Pride
River
Parade,
Parade, yeah.
and there was some shit that went on the first year.
Oh
around.
yeah. Not as much.
And I'm not trying to talk shit about. I love. I'm such an ally. I'm here
Should
for it
be
all.
able to give your constructive criticism.
Well, and so Pride San Antonio was not for what we were doing, for what Visit San Antonio was doing.
Yeah.
The first year around. And so here we are, second year around, a little bit more, involved and a little bit more active in
Yeah.
it. And thank God.
Yeah.
And this year was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
And it was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
It's such a great move for the community. We're here to support.
Well,
So-
go ahead.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I heard something different.
Okay.
So Christy was on our float. Christy Waters,
Yes.
who's like one of the biggest drag queens in San Antonio.
100%.
She
Who's also running for Queen, by the way.
She hasn't announced it.
Well, oh shit.
You heard it here first, but no, you didn't.
Damn it. All right.
I love
I'll
Taryn.
I'll shut the fuck up.
Looking back, Taryn.
Yeah. Anyway.
I nominated her. Anyway, so, but she was saying that she didn't see as much of a drag presence.
Right. She
So-
had the conversation with me
Right.
as well.
So her concern, or I guess what she voiced was that there may have been, because of the recent laws that have been
Right.
passed, that some of them may have been afraid to be out there because there was only like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And she's like, bitch, I counted. You know what I mean? And then, so I ended up on the last half with Ada Box and Christy Waters. There was personal security for Ada. And you guys, y'all tell me because I wasn't in last year's, but there was a police escort in front, and then there was police officers on every single bridge.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing last year.
But yeah, that was
So
not
I
a thing
actually
last
had
year.
a meeting with the the river walk like a week before because that came to my mind, and I remember last year being on my float, and we were really scared last year for my float because it was the current climate was just rising at the time, so we were like and so this year I called and they were like they were like they were in touch with some organization. It's like a local threat thing. I guess they monitor social media, and so there were no threats there, but they added, I think they said like 18 cops to the bridges and to
This year,
like,
right?
throughout This
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
this
So-
year, and so it felt safer. But
So yeah.
I did talk about it on last show, sorry.
Okay,
But
no.
because there was protesters.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
And then there was guys like flicking us off.
oh yeah, us too.
And like saying shit, and it's just like it was so.
This year, the
frustrating.
protesters were more aggressive than last year. Last year, they were more
There was like
churchgoers,
one group.
yeah, just
right
by
at the Pearl.
elsewhere,
Right.
one
You
of the two.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't aggressive. They just held signs. This
Yeah.
year, people were very vocal. And
So this year, we hire, and I own elsewhere, like I said, and I've never had door guys, I've never had security, whatever, but this year, just because of kind of the climate, like you were saying, like I hired some off-duty people to come and hang out, and we didn't have any problems, thank God, knock on wood, but it was. We looked at it as a circumstance, and like you said, Visit San Antonio. Everyone was like, we checked every blog, every post,
media,
all these
It's always
social
gonna be
media,
safe than sorry.
and there was no threats, thank goodness, and everyone was a little bit nervous with the new law passing, and honestly, I'm so glad that Visit San Antonio was like, you know what? Yes, the new law passed, and it's not going to go into effect until September or whatever it is. And like, fuck that, we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
we're going to do it
I was
anyway.
scared they were going to cancel it.
And we had drag queen. We had a drag show at Elsewhere, and like, good, like, because fuck that, like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And
y'all could cuss, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that. And it was it's really thank you. You're welcome. It's really an amazing thing to continue to do, because I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like fuck you guys.
Yeah,
like,
we're moving backwards at this point.
We're moving backwards, correct? And it's really sad, and it's really I don't know it.
But on that note, it is sad, but it was also nice because, I mean, in my opinion, when we were on the floats, and I think I know what Gary you're talking about, the guy that was throwing you the finger, or it was like, I think it was the one guy on the second parade at the very end, but it was funny because he didn't know how to react, and so all he knew, like, to my point is that, like, they weren't going to show up. Anybody that was against Pride they weren't going to show up to Elsewhere because they're scared, because we run in packs. And so I think they were. So it's crazy.
There was thousands of people elsewhere.
Yeah,
like,
it's also nice to have that power of, like, yeah, we piss you off, which fine, whatever. But you won't even come our way, so it's like, fine.
Yeah.
We'll
But
have
okay,
our own, you
but
know what I mean?
You're a little bitch.
One thing that bothered me, and then like we can get off this topic because this is a sex relationship. But the only thing is, like, he was right next to a cop.
Oh yeah.
And the cop said nothing,
Yeah.
did nothing. Like, I get you're free to
Yeah,
whatever, but it's kind of hate if you're just
I know.
standing
I know
there,
it's a
like,
fine
you know
line.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It is a fine line.
Yeah.
But I think as an officer, he should have just told him, like, hey, you know,
Yeah, like,
that's
he
cut it out.
didn't.
little
He,
enough.
like,
And
I watched
that's-
him watch him.
But
and I was like, what are you
again,
doing?
I mean, there's
But he's
officers
not breaking the
sometimes.
law, though.
But
Yeah.
yeah, see,
And
unfortunately,
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 he's not.
in trouble,
And an
yeah.
officer could be, you know,
Yeah.
he could have said
Falsely-
something, but then the guy would have been like, oh well, now you're blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then,
I blew him kisses.
Yeah.
My whole float, because I had a bunch of hood rats on my float, we were all like throwing him the finger, and I was like, stop! And then
Yeah.
sure enough, right after everyone stopped, the director of operations and everyone from the Riverwalk drove by, and we're like, ah.
Way
It was
cool.
funny.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Maggie and everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so it was a good time. It was
Okay,
good.
so let's talk about sex.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
I don't know. That's why we're here.
Is it?
That's what this,
Mom?
That's what
I
this
think my
episode
mom's
is.
calling me. I gotta go.
My mic just broke.
Right.
my mic is
damn.
broke.
You can't hear me. Yeah. I don't know. You have a topic?
Topic.
What do y'all usually have a sex? Do y'all usually have an episode of sex? And this is
Once
just
a
like
month. Yep.
the gay.
Once.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We do like
I
a
just-
sex and
It's a
relationship.
So what do y'all
together
usually talk
relationship
about
and sex, so.
during those
Well,
conversations?
we usually have a
All sorts of
topic, but because of the
okay.
fact that we have Pride Month and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have you guys on here, we kind of wanted to, get to know your relationship a little bit more.
I
and
wanted
some-
to ask some serious questions.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Really quick. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, AJ.
Oh,
Appreciate
here
you.
you
Shout
go.
out to AJ really quick over here
Thank you, AJ.
being our
You're my
server.
best
We
friend.
AJ, shout out
appreciate
AJ.
you.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to ask because y'all, I know y'all have been married for a while now. I don't remember when it became legal, when it was legalized to be able to get married when you're gay. I don't remember. Was it
I want to say like
after y'all were
2017.
married or
2017, yeah.
like
It
was
was before we got married. Yeah.
It was before. Okay, so did that hold y'all back at all on wanting to take that step?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Good.
when it
As it
when
should
it came
not.
yeah, I think when it came to getting engaged and getting everyone like
Who
not on
proposed to
board.
who?
I proposed to,
Yeah.
to him
How did that
Now I
happen?
want to know how it happened.
Oh, go for it.
at the Tower of America. So one of our very first dates
Yes.
was I think it was it was a date. No, I remember. No, it was a date. We went to eat at the Towers, and then ever since then, like I would always sound like we should go back. It was a good time. It was a good time, just like the two of us.
I'm like that. This was before our
And-
real estate agent. I was like, that place is expensive.
I actually
Still is expensive.
Yeah.
I proposed to him the weekend of my birthday, and I used that as an excuse. And I said, hey, so-and-so from the studio is saying she wants to pay for a birthday dinner for the two of us. I voted the Tower. Let's go. So had all our family and friends there. We planned it out to where he was a cheer coach at that time. So they had like their holiday party.
Mm-hmm.
And so got them all on board. And I said, hey, just meet me down at the Tower. So long story short, all our family and friends got down there. I had one of my cousins made like posters, and then someone else got sparklers, and then our friend, she's a singer, and so he met us he was going up the tower, but we were all outside, and she started singing an Adele song.
Yeah, I don't.
Was it Destiny?
Yes, Destiny.
Cute is that?
So
Beautiful
she
voice.
started
Yes.
singing. They had the sparklers, And then what I did was, while I was waiting for him, his parents, his brother, my mom, because my dad already passed. So it was my mom and my brother, and then his brother and his parents. They were holding the signs asking if he would marry me. And then all our friends were kind of
I was stunned.
Stunned?
Because
Were you not expecting it?
Maybe 15 seconds before I walked up on it. Only because he started to act weird. He was like, he kept calling me, and he was being really nice because I'm always late. So he was like, he was just being really nice. And I remember asking him, like, who are you there with? Like, I was like, surely you're just being nice because someone's right there, right? Like, because I could tell he was getting kind of frustrated that I was
for you,
forever.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So then I was like, and then I started, he's like, but don't use the front doors. Go around the side because those doors are closed. Well, as I start getting closer, I see someone walk through those doors, and I'm like, that's weird. And then immediately I start looking around because I'm like, wait a second. And I start looking to see if I recognize anyone, but I don't because they're around the corner. Well, mind you, I just came from that holiday dinner. Every single person that was at that holiday dinner somehow beat me there, and they were there. So that's why I was like, wait, how did y'all do this? But so that's why I remember just like being frozen. And then one of my good friends at the time, her name was Nicole, and she was my boss at the time. And I remember thinking like, damn, like her and I are super close. Like, and so when I'm hugging him, and after I said yes and everything, I was like, Nicole's gonna kill you that she wasn't a part of this. And he was like, she's here.
Right there.
And I looked, and I was like, what?
Oh, shit.
Like, she was literally in the same building as me, but I found out later. I went out one way, and as soon as they heard the door close, everyone that was invited jumped up and ran out the other door, got in their cars, and took off without me even knowing. Yeah. So it was
Love that.
Yeah, it was super cool.
But I actually think, going back to your question, like that was one of the nights where like there was so many strangers around, and we got so much like love and support from it that it was kind of just like, this is okay to do. Like we shouldn't be scared. Like for every group of people who are against it, there's an even bigger one who's for it.
Yeah.
So we got so much love of
Yeah.
that. And then I keep that in my mind, like even now with everything that's gone on, like everything with different laws and the way people have treated people. I'm just like, you know what, like. When we were in the parade, I was even nervous too, and I was like looking up at the tall buildings, and I was just like, "Damn, someone's gonna fuck us up." But then I was just like, "No, you know what? Like these are our people that are here for us, and that's all that matters."
We love you.
Yeah.
We absolutely, we're here for you.
Yeah, and I think going into the planning process, we did have a lot of people asking, like, "Well, are your vendors okay? Are people allowed? Like, can they do?" And we were actually the very first same-sex wedding at that venue.
Wow.
That's awesome.
What venue did you guys?
The Chandelier of Green.
Chandelier of
in
Green.
Oh, nice.
Texas,
Okay.
Yeah.
So they had one other couple, but they ended up like backing out and like canceling the contract. So we were the very first one.
I love that. That's awesome.
That should have got like a plaque or something.
Right.
on the
Yeah,
wall for
yeah.
that shit.
Put me up on the wall here. What are we doing?
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
great. But yeah,
I think
that
it's
was,
kind of shitty though that people have to ask, like, are your vendors
I
okay with
know.
it
well,
being
and
at your
you'll
wedding?
meet plenty of vendors that are.
Oh,
That
yeah, they will tell you.
like, oh,
But-
we don't do
That's
same-sex weddings.
insane.
Really?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Photographers,
But
caterers.
is it really insane, or is it?
No,
like,
it absolutely
is.
do you
insane.
feel like? Do you feel like? Okay, so here's a tough question. For a vendor not to accept it, does that really bother you?
Well, no,
or does it just
I
like
feel
you
like
respect their decision
it bothers
to say
allies more. I feel like people that love the LGBTQ
Okay.
community, they feel passionate about it. I feel like it bothers them, unfortunately, because we're so used to it. Like,
Yes.
I'll be honest, I don't even. David
no.
gets more.
fuck
Yeah,
that.
I know. David
Like,
gets
y'all
more
are used to that? Like, fuck that.
I know. But David, you get more like.
Welcome back, Taryn.
Heartfelt, right?
Yeah.
You get more like kind of like hurt about it.
Not hurt, but like I don't see the
Irritated,
point.
yeah.
Like I hate
Yeah, yeah.
confrontation at all costs. So I like. You can say the shittiest things about me, and I'm still gonna be nice.
He'll
to you.
still be your friend.
And so I'm just like, dude, why? Like my life has no effect on you.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
but if someone says they don't accept your marriage or accept to be part of it, not getting ugly with you,
Yeah.
they're just saying, I won't do it. Just I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Does that still offend you?
Yeah, no.
No.
Not really. We had guests too.
And family. I have
Yeah,
family that, and
we've
I mean
had-
that hurts a little more because they're
But,
family.
like, why though? But why?
Yeah.
Like, so.
So,
and-
Taryn,
Go
since you are very passionate, welcome back, Taryn.
I'm such
Welcome
an
back.
I'm such an
That's
ally.
gonna be the
Welcome
new
back,
line.
Taryn.
Like,
I'm
I know.
such an
Welcome
ally.
back,
Sorry.
Taryn.
Go ahead.
No, why is it like what?
triggers you?
Yeah, what triggers you, man? Like with it. Like,
I'm not even gay, and like you're asking me what triggers me. Cause why? Like what? Like I feel like the people that it triggers to the point where they say something or they're ugly or they're mean or whatever, like they look at it as a sexual thing.
Oh yeah.
what if they're not
That's
mad or
unfortunate.
angry
it's
or
like
looking at it that
like
way? Taryn, what if it's strictly just they don't believe?
Like
They're not speaking out of hate. They're not speaking out of like, oh my gosh, fuck y'all, whatever. They're just saying, hey,
cordially,
I don't accept it.
Then it's what? It's a religious thing, or
no,
well, some people,
don't look at it. Don't try to look into it deeper. Yes, just absolutely someone just saying, hey. Thank you, no thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
kind of thing.
So
I don't know.
The script, though, like what if gay people, LGBTQIA plus, were like, sorry, we don't work with straight people. It would be a thing.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes,
it wouldn't. I don't think so. As a
big.
straight person, if you came in and said, hey, I don't want to be on this show because you're straight,
you're all straight, I'd
be like, okay, fine.
I wouldn't
for you, maybe, but for the general public, I feel like there's
no. But I think what you're saying, like, okay, to answer your question for me, like, if someone straight up tells me like, oh, you're gay, and I'm like, oh yeah, and they're like, oh, like, okay, well then I don't fuck with you. They're not gonna say those exact words, but right in layman's terms, some might. But and to me, I've been in that situation mostly like with family, right?
Yeah.
But to your point, it's mostly coming from the religious side, if we're being honest, right?
Okay.
But for me, I guess it differs with every person you ask. Because for me, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't fuck with you either. And then there's just been so much where I'm just like, I don't care.
Fair enough.
But some people are like, I mean, whether maybe they're younger, maybe they're in the beginning of their coming out process, that will crush them.
Yes.
Because I mean, it has happened to us before. But
we had like guests tell us like, hey, we're not going because of, thank you for the invite, but because of our beliefs, we won't be there. Wish you all the best, and then that's fine. But then they're on our Facebook and they're like liking our pictures.
Oh, but that's the thing. They're like, but we love you. I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
No, you don't.
You love me.
No, you don't.
But it went back to the whole thing of like, well, for everyone that doesn't, there's a whole group that does, because we had literally people asking for invitations.
Yeah, begging. I was like, this ain't.
So we were just
like,
like,
1902, Bad Bunny ain't here.
And to me, I
love
keep
the shout
it
out.
like very like not straightforward, but like real. Like I know people say partners, and no disrespect to anyone who does say partners, but I don't say partner. This is my husband.
Hell yeah.
Same way Natasha would say, this is my husband, he's my husband.
Yeah.
I work with someone who also says like partner, and I'm like, this is
I think
partner.
and that comes from
you give the proper title.
Yeah, it's a title. Like, we're
I think
husbands.
just being like, I meet people that are straight couples that say partner, but I think it's because, and this is not a wrong thing, but it's because they are trying to be sensitive to all the different titles, I think, which is not a bad thing. It's just, again, it's a generational thing, because for us, like, we feel so much empowerment by being able to say that's my husband, whereas and an older generation, like older than us, because it wasn't legal to get married back then, whereas people younger than us, it's more politically correct to claim them as your partner, or as your, what's another one, like their life partner, or they'll say like my significant other, just to keep it, I don't know, politically correct.
I just hate the like bias, and we talked about this last week because it's Pride Month, but like I'm LGBTQ as well, but because there's a heterosexual male cisgender, you know what I mean? Like in my life, like people are like, oh, but you don't count.
Yeah.
And that's not true. And like I have trans friends, so why do they get more shit, or why do you guys get more shit than I do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
just not
I
fair.
think it's slow. I mean, it isn't fair, but I will say, I mean, it sounds like I'm like not gay, but the cool thing is that because I think growing up from being gay at so young, I'm very observant even as an adult, and so as a child, or I remember being a teenager and watching things and seeing how people talk to each other and seeing what things were set up in the movies and TV and in family functions and all the things. Like that has definitely come a long way. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. When did you come out?
I
know I asked this.
I don't even remember how old I was. I think I was like
freshman year.
Yeah, freshman year of high school.
Okay.
When did you realize?
But I knew since I was like 5th grade.
14.
I was about to say, when did you realize?
Like I had a best friend in 5th grade.
Okay.
I would be like, oh, can you write this for me? But I just love the way he wrote. You know what I mean? Like,
So how do y'all
I love your
think
penmanship.
about when they try to say kids at a young age, they don't know?
No, they
it's
know.
just
They know.
experimentation.
They
It's
know.
just because I'm the same. I'm bi.
Yeah.
But when I was young, I knew I was attracted to females at a young age. I would play with females, and I'm always the guy figure, or whatever the case may be.
Are you?
And when I was playing, when I was kids,
Yeah, you were
You're
always
very
like the more
feminine.
masculine.
I'm very tomboyish. What do you mean?
She's very tomboyish.
Super tomboy.
Very tomboyish.
I mean,
Welcome back, Taryn.
Welcome back, Taryn.
Welcome back, Taryn. Welcome back.
No, but I was just curious. You brought that up, and I was like,
I think it is a
thing to hear that, because I feel like it's the same way. Like I feel like at a young age, like you just
I was playing with Barbies when I was like in 2nd grade.
Exactly.
So my younger brother, and I've talked about this before, he came out at a young age. but we all knew he was gay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we all could tell. We're like, boy, you're gay. You're just gonna come out whenever you want.
Yeah.
And he did, and because he was doing a lot of things differently from just how we all how all the other boys grew up. And I think for him, he was very nervous at a young age to come out because he just didn't know.
Yeah.
And I think even like friends of mine that were gay in middle school, they were afraid of coming out because of being identified as a. I think it was more for them. I don't know if I cannot remember exactly, but I think I remember one of them saying that they didn't want to be identified as weak.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, what's weak about you coming out?
But also too, where did you grow up at?
Here.
No, but what part?
Shit, all over San Antonio. My last years were probably North Side.
Oh, okay. And then before that, like when he was younger.
Oh no, when Robbie was around, that was the North Side. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's much younger.
And the reason I'm asking is obviously cultural, right? Like if you're colored of any type of any culture that's not white, if you will. For me, I'm walking proof of it. There would be times I was in middle school, and I don't know if y'all played wall ball back in the day.
Yeah.
This is a true story. I was also nerdy, had no friends, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But there was a moment I remember the ball. If it touches you, you have to run and touch the wall before they hit you with it, right? Like true story. I was with my two little friends, all nerdy, and I remember the ball rolled so gently and like tapped me. And I remember looking down at it, and all my friends were like, "Rueben, go touch the ball." And I was like, "No." Because I didn't want to look weak because I was scared because everyone that was playing were all the guys that would ask me like, "You're gay, right?" Like, "You're gay." Like they would always like, taunt me or whatever. So I was like, I'm not running. Like I'm very headstrong. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I wasn't playing the game. I didn't sign up to play that game. I'm
Good
not
for
going.
you.
But let me tell you, Saved by the Bell, because they were hitting me with the ball, like grabbing it and just like pegging me, and I would just, and all my friends were like, "Rueben, go!" And I was like, "No, I'm not going." That day, I remember having like this big bruise. But my point is that I didn't want to look weak to run because I was scared of these people because I was the gay one and they were all the mean ones.
Right.
So I had to figure out how to way to look strong.
Take it
to show them like, you can't fuck with me. Like you ain't gonna. Even though I was terrified inside.
Yeah.
But that's just a very extreme example. But my point is that to your
that's
point,
a perfect example.
but it's scary.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
scary. But again, generational, because now there's more people our age are scared to come out versus in my opinion, younger kids.
No, I think younger generation, like right now, all the teens that I've seen, they're very open about being bi.
Yeah.
They talk about it more, and I think it's more accepted than it was, 15, 20 plus
Do you
years
think
ago.
social media has anything to do with that, where they have this platform where they're now seeing people are out and
Like
open
them.
and they're comfortable with themselves and it has some kind of influence on it?
I think
does,
as bad as social media is, it's also really great.
Yeah.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
in some ways. But I also think, I also think, and I'm sorry, but I also think that there are certain church and pastors out there that accept it and allow it to be known that you're just a human being,
Right.
Like
you're
not identify as gay, straight, whatever.
You're human.
You're
You're
a
human.
human being. You're
You're
God's
loved.
child. Yeah.
Come over here. So because of there are certain pastors in our city that are advocates on it and speak highly about it, I think that's another.
I love that.
Change
Level.
too as
That's
well.
a really good point. Yeah.
Yep.
I did want to ask too, or I mean, you don't have to, answer. It's really none of my business. But are y'all religious at all, or
He more than I.
practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lately I've been more like faithful, but he grew up.
Yeah. Like I grew up Catholic, so
Okay.
I've always just we don't go to church every weekend, but I just follow those beliefs because that's what
Yes.
I know.
It's spiritual.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's what
spiritual-
I
I'm
follow. And
spiritual,
then he's more like leaning towards like the Christian side of
Yeah,
things. So
I'm
it's
more
just-
argumentative, but only because I'm like, there's no rule. One of my themes when I teach classes for real estate, I tell people like, there's no fucking rule book. Like you cannot tell me that blue is a boy's color, pink is a girl's color. You can't tell me that I can't. Like I just don't believe that. So like that's what I struggle with because there is a rule book in religion and it's called the Bible. So like for me, I'm like, and it's hard for me. So I pick and choose. I've kind of created my own religion in my head because I'm just so faith. Like I have my own faith, but I can't say I believe in one or the other because there's things I don't really agree with on any.
But yes,
anything
but
like that.
religions are based off of interpretation.
Correct.
Of-
Which I just
of the
learned
Bible.
recently, by the way. Like
Yes.
I've been really digging into a bunch of things, but
Yeah.
we talk about it now all the
But
time.
If you
I
take
like
it
it
for
because
exactly
y'all
what it
both
is.
respect each other and still are together.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
And that's
actually
that's
think that we
powerful.
balance each other out really well.
Because as a Catholic or as a Christian, sometimes people can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I go back on my experience. We grew up as Catholic, but then come into now adulthood and years later, I'm more Christian.
Yeah.
But I still believe in Catholic too as well because of my grandmother and all that. So that's
Yeah, I think it's just like I think the way we were both brought up, and then
They're
it just
completely
kinda,
different.
completely different, and then it's like kind of stuck with us. But yeah, I think that religion has a lot of stuff to do with it now because people are like so quick to force that on people. But then I also do think that social media, as great as it can be, it also plays a big part in when people are saying like, oh, it's just grooming, because you do have people and influencers on social media using that platform to, you know, be loud and proud and tell people, you know, be who you are, and then that's where people take it in the bad way, and so that's where I get frustrated.
I hate that word grooming.
Yeah, that's where I get frustrated with.
No,
'cause I'm
like
no,
you are more you feel more comfortable,
right? Yeah,
to be your true self.
Yeah, and that's why I was forced to come out, because there was a lady who literally wanted to address my mom and tell her, I don't want my son by your son. And then that's when I finally came out to my mom at the age of fucking 21.
That's not
and I was just, and I told her, I was just like, just so you know, lady, like we got into it on the phone. I said, I was 21 years old already. So
yeah.
I was just like, just in case you didn't know, your son's already sucked plenty of dick and I barely met him. And she didn't like that. And my
shut
mom
the fuck
heard
up.
her.
You don't even know.
I said, I didn't do anything for your son.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to shake his hand and he's going to be gay. He's already sucking
Yeah,
dick.
he's already doing it.
And now you
Period.
see him and he's out and proud and he's like, he does makeup on himself. And I'm just like,
This has nothing to do with you.
On that note, though, speaking of, because this is a sex episode,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
No, but on that note, in regards to sex, it's like for instance, part of that bill that we keep talking about, and I'm gonna get to the sex in a second, says if anything is, because it started off by saying banning drags. That was the verbiage. Then Congress got scared.
Of course,
backpedaled, took drag out, and said anything that's sexual, anything that can be taken sexually explicit or something along those terms, right? So now going to the sex part, it's like I'm pretty sure straight people have sex too, and I'm pretty sure there's actual strip clubs where things are sexual, and it's yes, I get it, it's 18 and up, but to me, I'm like, I've never been to a Paramore drag brunch where there are children under the age of 18.
No, kids
I
are
have
allowed.
been to drag shows where there are people under the age of 18, and guess what? There's no cussing. Christy Waters performs in public, and love you, Christy, but
yes,
I always
absolutely
make fun
love
of her because
Christy.
she wears like the bodysuit with the skin color. But for those reasons,
We've invited her to be on the show too as well.
invited and she never came.
Well,
She'll
no,
come
no,
on.
no.
Well, no, she's
I was
busy.
like-
She's a busy.
I'm
She's a
kidding.
busy
Yeah,
woman.
yeah,
She's a
kidding.
busy woman.
Yeah.
We're good friends, but no. So my point to that is that I'm pretty sure straight people have sex, just like
Correct.
gay people. You know what I mean? So it's
But
like
that's my point. Is like is the straight community that has a problem with this looks at gay people or looks at trans people or looks at drag people, and they're just like they sexualize it, and it's like.
they're just a
yeah,
person.
they're sexualizing. it. We aren't.
I'm a straight man, and like, do you look at me and like you think about me having sex with whoever the
Now
fuck?
I am.
right.
Shit.
I mean,
You're welcome.
Chairs that you have.
Right.
Just kidding.
But my point is like, why?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
I will never know.
That's so ridiculous and so outlandish.
And Taryn, I love that you're so passionate about it.
I am such an ally.
I love it.
Such an ally, and
Good
like
for
it
you.
just it is ridiculous to me that this is where
We are.
some of these mindsets are. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit? I don't care if you love each other. Like, good for y'all.
Yeah, I don't bother you at night when you're sleeping. Yeah.
Correct.
Well, and
I love
tell
that y'all
people all
love
the
each other.
time-
Like, good for y'all.
Yeah, I tell people all
literally
the
just
time
left.
about pride. Like, to me, pride is not about. Yes, it's about being gay, but to me, pride is literally about love. It's not. It's loving who you are, spreading love, accepting those, like your neighbors. It can be. It's not about like, oh, I love putting dick in my ass and my mouth. Like,
No,
it's
fuck no.
literally like, you accept yourself for who you are. You're proud of it, and you love every person around you
So
for who they are.
Also, straight people love those things too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, fair
Cut it
enough.
out.
We just
Yeah.
happen to have a whole month of
Well,
it.
that's what like if people say it's gay, it's like
Before we started talking, or before we got on air, like we were talking about the Pride Parade, and like last year I was in the Pride Parade on Main Street, like the
main one.
the main one, and I was on the Tito's float, and a week before, whatever, I was on the Pride parade with the
River.
with the river parade. Thank you. And fuck you.
Welcome back, Taryn.
That's by your bar.
Well,
You know,
welcome
a
back.
thing called a river by your bar.
But I was on the main Pride Parade down Main Street, and I was on the Tito's float, and I was literally I was on the float. We weren't walking. We were on their barge or whatever, and I got teared up, and I was watching these kids and these people and these everybody just having a great fucking time and loving each other and being there with each other. And like, what are we doing? And I don't know. I something was happening a year ago. I don't know if it was a mass shooting or whatever the fuck was going on in our crazy fucked up country. But like, we were coming down the Pride Parade, and all of these people were loving each other and being there and experiencing this with each other. And I was like, this is amazing. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
Well, and so the current posted the Pride Parade. You guys were all over it. I'm sure you saw it. You were in it. And people were like, "Oh, they lost me when I saw kids with two moms."
Fuck that.
Oh, they lost me when I saw like kids with like Pride, just rainbow shirts, not even like ally or whatever.
Nothing.
They're like they're grooming these kids, they're forcing these kids, like all this stuff, and I'm like, why do you care so much?
It's love. It's love. It's that they're having a good time.
I think, but you know what's so crazy? Out of this whole time that I've seen Pride Month being promoted and advertised, I think you're the first person ever from what I've seen.
Your view.
Say that it's about love. I don't think I've ever seen anyone out of the years that I've seen someone promote Pride Month ever just say it's about love.
Yeah.
Loving who you are, loving other people, just love.
Right.
For my, everything I've seen, advertising, marketing, promoting, whatever, it's all been about the community, about LGBT, but not love. And I think that if people started looking at it that way, then it would open their minds a little bit differently.
Yeah. Perception is complete reality.
It is, because when you were saying it right now, I was like, wow. I was like,
really Stuart, you were saying.
It was really just something new, something fresh that I hope people just have an open mind to it. Because you will have people that are closed-minded. You'll have people that judge. You'll have people that hate. But if you took it into that perspective of showing, hey, it's about love and us being human beings, I think they would be open to that more compared to what it is.
Yeah, that's why there's that hashtag is like love is love.
Yeah.
And
love wins.
y'all means all, because it is all. And it is all encompassing, and it's like it is about love and loving one another.
But when people see it, and we're looking at it as in a marketing standpoint,
to the masses.
People, to the massive. People are really marketing towards the community and why they are having it.
Well, I think
they're not looking at it as the love part.
Well, I think to your point is that unfortunately in 2023 everything's $1. So like they're just and they took it out of context, unfortunately, because I think it started when I was a junior in high school. Pride here was at Hemisphere Park, and there was maybe like 100 people, and I would sneak over there and tell everyone I was 18, but really I was like 16 or 17. But it wasn't like the way it is now, and Bud Light wasn't sponsoring things,
right?
And all that. Yeah. But on that note, I have to get a little controversial and say I get frustrated. I think we've talked about it before. We don't really go to the gay strip a lot, not because we don't want to go or not because we don't support the community, but really the frustrating thing for me is like from the inside looking out, I think something subconsciously that the straights of the world, right, the people that are not part of the LGBTQ community, subconsciously they see us, because outside of Pride Month the gays are not the nicest people to each other. and so that's frustrating for me, because during this month everyone's like, oh my god, Pride, yeah, we love each other, and then as soon as July 1st comes, you go into those gay clubs and it's like like it is
really?
There are
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I'm glad that you're able to talk about this.
Yeah, not many people do.
I think everyone needs to be able to be accountable for, like, if I'm Mexican, then I'm going to talk about, like, look, us Mexicans do this, you know?
Yeah.
And I think
You're really white, by the way.
I am the whitest Mexican ever. So welcome back, Taryn. But going to your point, to saying that, I think that should be talked about, because those are conversations that everyone needs to understand. That it's not always, the way how it is right now.
The way the world needs to do better, like LGBTQ, the community needs to do better. The white community needs to do better. Asian community. I mean, everyone, right? I can't speak for them because I'm not part of all of them. But I just wanted to mention that because sometimes I think we've talked about it so much. Like we went to the gay strip. What was it, like 2 months ago? And everyone was like, "What are y'all?"
Like even the drag queens performing. Like Tony Andrews was like, "What the hell are y'all doing?"
Like
here?
we were giving dollars and she like kissed us. She's like, "What are y'all doing here?" And we're like, "We don't even know. We had a good time. We had a great time. Like but my point is that like we don't go as much because it's like it's exhausting. Like and maybe
I think
that's just our point of view. But
it's also a part of life. But it's like sometimes you go to those bars and it's just like it turns into some kind of competition.
Yeah,
and it's just like no one's competing with anyone. No one wants. I mean, I'm sure there's thirsty hoes here that want your man, but I don't. I'm gonna buy you a drink if you want to drink.
And then that goes off of like the fact because we've been so like what's the word, like we've been held back our whole and we've been shit on forever, right? Everyone has this like thick skin and they have to survive mode, and so we're all like just hard asses and we're all just trying to like but really it's like, bro, we're at a gay bar, like we all just want to love each other, but it's there, it's there, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
So that's hard.
I had
It's
no
different.
idea.
But and again, some people don't because like now in our age, I'm like, I have no competition. I don't give a fuck about any of y'all. But growing up, growing up when you're 18 or 19, you're walking into a gay club thinking this is gonna be your aha moment. Like you're like, I feel safe, and you walk in and you're like, oh, you like immediately shrivel. If you're not as confident, for whatever reason.
I've been in so many gay bars with my friends and they're like, oh, that bitch just walked in, don't look over there, don't look. Oh, I fucking hate him.
Yeah.
I hate her, and I'm like, why?
It's stuff like that.
But in June, love is love.
Yeah.
But in June, love is you get what I'm saying?
Or July, we're good.
You still got 2 more hours till July 1st. Bitch, you wrong.
Hard, but I think too, it's also just my point of saying all that is that we're the same as straight people.
Correct.
Because you don't like the dudes that walk into your bar sometimes, and you know what I'm trying to say? We're all so the same.
Yep.
Just different. You know what I mean? So that's like the point I'm trying to make is we need to do better, but also the world needs to see we're literally just regular humans and we ain't perfect.
Unfortunately, the world, or some of the world, or the majority of the world, I don't know, does not see that.
Right.
Because fuck them.
Right.
Like,
welcome back.
Fuck them.
I'm here for you guys. Like, this is bullshit. Literally,
I say it. Fuck them.
Fuck.
I was just
say
with fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh, we're going. All right, around the table. Fuck him.
I was just with
and all together. Fuck them.
I was just with some my friend that's the PR director of the zoo, who's gay, and his partner, and my friend who runs the Whitty Museum and his partner. Literally, that's where I came from, and I love them to death. Like, they are amazing fucking people. Good. I don't give a fuck who you have sex with. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, what does that matter?
Yeah.
That doesn't affect me. Like, eat shit. Like,
you heard it here first, America.
It does affect a lot of people. But
and it does affect a lot of people. And, like, fuck people.
I did want to ask before we go.
Are we done?
Because it's almost.
Okay.
Because it's LGBTQ plus. I know there's a lot of things that have been added. Can we kind of go through it and then just kind of an explanation of some of them that maybe people are not? Because I honestly, she just taught us.
Yes, she
last
just taught us,
week. I think that there was more to it, and the ally thing. I think is part of. I think that ally is one of the A's, right?
So, and then like two spirit.
Yeah, if I can just kind of go through it and
like some people even interchange AA for asexual ally. Like, I mean, it's because they can't add A squared. You know what I mean? Like, so
they could.
They could. Yeah, there are no rules.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that's a little too much?
Oh my gosh, that someone actually asked me
like,
that.
really, honestly.
Yeah, someone asked me that.
Do you? No, I'm asking you, like, seriously. Do you think it's too much? Because
he's gonna answer.
No. Yeah, I've gotten that question before, and to me, it's not too much, but because I say this all the time. I don't care that much. You know what I mean? Like because I shouldn't. Just the way that you shouldn't care and you shouldn't.
Right.
But I will say I can understand, because the question that was asked to me, the same question you just asked me, they're like, well, what if aliens come into the world? Are we going to add it? And I'm like, well, now you're just like, you sounding crazy.
Some gay aliens in the world.
Right, but my point is that like it doesn't really bother
me. Which would fuck everybody up. Like,
people
really? Like, people outside of this world are gay too? Like,
like the aliens land with a pride flag. Like, no, but it can be too much, to a sense of like, it's like, maybe, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know, in my head it's not too much, but to some people who don't agree or are religiously like fueled, maybe it's too much for them, but for me it's not.
So
I love that ally is part of it though,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know
I
that
do
it's
too. Right.
interchangeable.
I think that's- yeah,
but
but
I
most
was telling
people
him like you're in
identify
that
with
too because you're an ally, and you're in that too because you're an ally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an ally
So,
too.
You're part of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna randomly bring this up. Like
I still wanted to know what they all mean.
Oh yeah. Hold
So
on.
L is lesbian.
Why not?
LGBTQ.
Don't ask
T
me.
is
I mean,
gay.
the other
B is
one. I honestly don't know.
bisexual. T is transgender.
Queer.
LGBTQ is Q. I
Hold
is
on.
So Q is Q?
Q is queer. Sorry.
Okay,
I
alright.
is intersex, I believe.
Where did
What's
it go?
inner?
Good question. I just know what the I is. Natasha.
See, that's why I was
So-
asking because there
Yeah,
were some of them
intersex
that I
and
don't
then
know what
ally
they
or
are.
So
asexual.
yeah, so it's lesbian, gay,
you got it?
bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirited, and asexual or ally.
That's the plus. So,
So
like
there's
the
a few
Okay.
of them I don't
So
know what they
that
mean.
is
Part of the plus.
LGBTQIP2SA.
So what was the I?
Oh, that's a lot.
I is
Yeah.
intersex.
What is that?
Now it's a
What is
lot.
that? What is
Oh,
intersex?
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't want to
I
give
should
fault.
know my
I don't give.
community, right?
Yeah.
See, we're a little fucked up. We
I
don't
don't
know.
I was like,
I don't give wrong. I don't want to give wrong.
Okay, so I was gonna bring this up, or I'm gonna bring this up.
pee.
I deal with
Go.
I'm
Come back.
a board member of a primate sanctuary here in San Antonio. It's the oldest primate sanctuary here in the country, actually, and we deal with 32 chimpanzees and 250 other smaller primates. Fast forward to what I'm talking about. There are
Gay chimps.
there are gay chimps.
I love that.
And like, not that they mean to be gay,
'Cause they have
just
no idea.
Because they have no fucking idea, and like they're
But
good,
dogs
bad,
do it all
whatever.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs hump other boys.
Correct.
Boys
I
hump boys.
remember
Yeah.
going to lunch.
They love who they love.
They
and
love who
yes,
they love,
Yep.
and like they will fuck or do whatever, and like,
I
and
hey,
why have humans or
I adopted it. Yeah.
why have we made this the biggest deal ever?
I don't know.
Which is bullshit.
Because people are scared of what they don't understand.
correct. It's
That's it.
fearful, and it's absolute.
I welcome the aliens. Please come.
Right.
Yeah.
Please
If you're
put
saying
your
that.
And
flights
so
right.
that was my point. It's like,
I
oh,
have
we're
a
talking about
question for
aliens.
y'all.
Absolutely. Fuck
Can
that.
y'all go to a stand-up comedy show and take jokes that are gay?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
gay jokes.
Not many people can. Not everyone can.
you know, like
The
you look
straights
at-
can't even take
you
jokes,
look-
though.
I know, right?
That's true.
You
The
look
straights
at,
can't
you look
take
at
it as
like
much
Dave
as I can.
Chappelle,
Yeah.
or
Oh, they go in.
Chris Rock, you know, and they've made a lot of jokes, you know, but they're funny.
Yeah.
So do y'all laugh at them, or do
Oh,
you look
yeah.
at it like, oh, like why did
No,
I say that? you know?
I laugh. at
He
them.
laughs more than I would.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see Chappelle like with his trans jokes, but like and he's gotten so much shit for it, and like, okay, fair, like I see it, but like when he talks about his trans friend that he talked about, like that he literally had a relationship with. She actually ended up killing herself.
Oh wow,
And
that's sad.
but she, like, he was talking about like what this woman meant to her, meant to him, and like, holy shit, like you, and like people that say negative things about what he said about trans. I'm like, dude, have you listened to what he's really talking about? Because you're full of
Like the
shit.
clickbait, you know what I mean? The headline.
It's
Yeah.
100% clickbait.
I think jokes are jokes.
But
And
also-
it's-
And jokes are jokes.
But can you take the jokes?
Well, yeah, and I
into
feel
that?
like we're going into, and this might piss people off for saying it, but if we're here trying to talk about equality, if a fat person in the front row can take a joke, a gay person should be able to take
exactly.
a joke.
100%.
If you
You're
want
right.
to be a, you know, like a black
But
man
sometimes,
or an Asian
they
person,
say,
you know?
like you can make fun of skinny people, but you can't make fun of fat people.
Right,
you can make fun
yeah.
of tall people, but you can't make fun of
Right,
short
right,
people.
right.
So the only
You know,
time,
like I've
Yeah.
seen that happen
Yeah, for
before.
sure.
I have a bunch of comedian friends, and the only time I've ever been pissed off at a comedy show was when they're making fun of people with special needs. To me, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That's
You
not
can't
okay.
cross the line. There.
That's
Yeah.
different. Those are people
Super
that
different.
are either unable to interpret what you're saying or unable to defend themselves.
But-
so keep it up. It even
good point.
plays.
Yeah,
That
you
is
know
a
what I
good
mean? Like-
point, but I think I've seen Kevin Hart make fun of, like, you know,
Yeah.
and
You're-
he's probably
you're right.
one of the biggest or the biggest comedians in, because I've seen his show and I'm just thinking to myself, has he made fun of, like, but I don't think he did it intentionally. to where he's making fun of.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not out of
Right,
malice.
right, right,
It's
yeah.
not out of malice.
Yeah. It's not malicious.
No,
Yes,
I've heard
malicious,
intentional
Oh, for sure.
jokes about
well,
people's
yeah.
When
special
it's
needs.
intentional, like
Yeah,
I had this conversation with someone in my office. She was like, "Oh my god," she was on Bumble or one of the things, and she was like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," and she swiped because he had sunglasses on the first one. She swiped, and he had no sunglasses on, and he had like kind of like a deformed eye, and she was like, "Oh my, no, he wasn't good looking with the glasses on." She was like, "Oh my god, he's so ugly." Swiped to see his other picture, saw that, and she was like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad." Cause I was like, "No. You didn't make fun of him because he had you thought he was ugly with the sunglasses on." So my point is that those people who are walking, and people have deformities, people are like, special needs that are full functioning. In that sense, you have to be part of the change.
Right.
In a closed setting, right? We were just in our office, and I was like, no, don't say sorry. You didn't do that intentionally. If that man was in this room, he would probably say thank you for treating me like a regular guy and not treating me different because you saw my eye or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to that point too is like we had this conversation of like, you have to stand for something or fall for everything. And I use this example in this class that I teach to real estate agents. I kind of put up a picture of Chris Rock, right? Obviously we know Chris Rock talked about Will Smith, and then seconds later Will Smith slaps the shit out of him, right? But then at the end this is some food for thought, everyone. At the end of that award show, everyone that has power and influence in that room stood up and clapped when Will Smith won.
Right.
Now, that's very controversial because people are like, "Oh, well, they're applauding him for his work." But he still broke the law. So if I go out right now and slap the fuck out of someone, and they literally seconds later get honored as #1 real estate agent in San Antonio, which I've been voted twice by the current.
Yes.
If I do that, people are still gonna applaud me. Or are they gonna? Is the current gonna post an article about how the #1 real estate agent? You get what I'm saying? And so it's like all the room of people that had so much influence.
I was with MikeAnthony, by the way,
Oh,
earlier.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, I love MikeAnthony. But my point.
Number 2.
Maybe not this year.
We'll
He's
see.
against me again. But my point is that, like, in a room full of people that had influence, they didn't do anything. No one said anything. Maybe there were some one-offs, and everyone's talking about there comes Denzel and there comes everyone.
Yeah.
Instead of shutting it down. And so to that point, and kind of what we're talking about, kind of off topic, but like you said, I've heard him kind of make those jokes before, and it's up to everyone individually to say either I believe that was in malice or it wasn't, and if I believe it though, stand by it, and don't support those people, But some people turn a blind eye and then continue on their way.
Now, on the same token, I also have a friend who's a comedian who is special needs, and so he goes up there and he is like, he will make jokes about himself and like what the special need he has, right? Or like I don't, because it's not to me it's not a disability.
Right.
I don't consider it a disability. Like he has CP, and so he'll go on there and he'll joke about like CP, and so people are like, okay, cool.
What's
If you're
CP?
Cerebral palsy. So I'm like, if you're cool with it, and he is funny, he's hilarious. Everybody's fine. We're having a time. Now, if you are a person who does not have a disability and you're saying shit about people with special needs or disabilities, I'm out. I will get up and walk out. Yeah.
And that's my point. Like, you either stand for it or you don't. But then you have to stay consistent across the board.
Yeah.
You know? But I want to answer a question because she asked what intersex was. It's the definition says people or individuals born with any of several sex characteristics, including chromosomes, gonads, genitals, that do not typically fit a binary notion of a male or a female. So maybe if you were like born with two types of genitals or whatever, that's intersex.
Which does happen. Okay.
That's like which I think we used to that used to be a different word. I think
I feel
growing
like,
up, right? I don't know.
I'm medical. I should know that. But yeah.
Like that,
something a diet.
But anyways, that's what intersex is.
Okay, so what is the pansexual? What does that mean?
Pansexual, well, that's me. So that's somebody that's interested in people, but for who they are, but also anybody. So it can be
you just love.
Well, yeah, it could be like a gay guy, right? It's not all about sex.
I think.
So
Melinda's friend that passed away. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
Welcome back, Taryn.
It could also be
Fuck
somebody
y'all,
who's
saying welcome back.
trans male, trans female. It's whoever I'm attracted to, I'm attracted to. And it's not necessarily a sexual thing. It's who they are. And it's me like learning about them. Now there's a difference between demisexual and pansexual. Demi is all about intellect and connecting on a much deeper level, where mine is a mixture of emotions and who they are, also what I'm physically attracted to.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys watched Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I fucking love Schitt's Creek.
And he was talking about he was talking about being pansexual, and he prefaced it, or he talked about it so great. He He goes, sometimes I like Merlot, and sometimes I like white wine, but like it does, and sometimes there was a Merlot that it was like it was very. He said it perfectly, and I'm butchering it obviously, but it's
like more fluid.
Welcome back.
It's more fluid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll shut the fuck up. All right.
No, but
Fuck
okay,
y'all.
so
I'm
that,
gonna watch every episode
yeah.
after this, and
So
if you
now-
pop in, I'm there.
But I've explained it to some people, and a few people have been like, "Oh shit, I think I'm that too."
No,
I'm like,
that's what
well,
I just
yeah, yeah, because I'm not bi. It's not just about male, female. It's
Right.
it's who you are.
who you vibe with, for sure.
If I'm not mistaken, there was someone that passed away recently that everyone kind of knew, and I can't think of his name, but I know Melinda. It was one of her friends, and he was known to just love his love. Like he was open about it.
Like a local person.
But yes, in the bar industry, I can't think of his name on top of my head.
No idea.
But I'm sure if I mention or look it up later on,
Right.
you'll know. But this individual, from what Melinda was telling me, is that he wasn't identified as gay, straight, anything. He was one of something to where, and I don't know what the term was, but he just loved.
Yeah.
Like he just that's
Probably
absolutely like.
pansexual, yeah.
So
Probably.
I wonder if that's what it was.
Yeah, we love everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, to make light of the situation here, I know this is a relationship and sex episode, and David and I do have sex, everybody. So I'm just kidding.
What?
That's
the
how
top?
my
Who's the
birthday-
bottom? What are we doing?
now, when it comes to being in public, and we'll try to kind of
Make it quick.
Make it quick because of the fact that we're already 20 minutes past, and these are
okay, it's good conversation.
conversations that are really great, right?
We're having a good conversation.
But when you're in public, do you feel like you can't hold hands, or you can't kiss, or do you feel like in certain areas you're like maybe we shouldn't, or do you just don't kind of care and you're just you? Like what goes into y'all's relationship when you're in public and holding hands and kissing?
PDA.
Y'all should kiss right now.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Yes.
No, I don't. I'm not big on PDA in general. Like even when I was with women, like I wasn't big on that. Like I'm not I'm not an affectionate person. Like I'm like awkwardly affectionate. Like I hate hugs. I'm not a hugger.
Oh, I'm
So,
a hugger.
yeah.
Like I would
After
hug
this,
Dolly
I'm
all when
gonna
I
make
walk.
I'm like,
I always
I'll, like,
hug you too.
squeeze, and I'll
I'm always like,
scream.
hi.
yeah. No, but when we're in person, I mean, every now and then, like we'll like hold hands, or I'll be like, hey, babe, give me your hand, and then we're like walking. But I don't think I think about it. Like I just do it. I'm not like. I think after it came out, like I never really lived in fear anymore.
Okay.
And I think it's because I had like, I was fortunate enough to have like a good coming out, and so to me now I'm just like, no, I mean it is what it is. Yeah.
Good.
What about you?
I'm the opposite. I think that's something that I'm still working through at 32 years old. I feel like I don't, and unless we're at the gay bars, like unless we're in a gay setting, maybe I don't know, on the Riverwalk or something. I don't know. Maybe I would, but there are certain times I'm like, absolutely not. Like we've been in New Braunfels, that's where he's from, and I'm like, do not hold my hand here. They have Trump parades here. Like I'm not holding him, So I'm like, absolutely not. But he'll laugh because he's from there. He's comfortable, But like
You guys can do it at elsewhere. By the
Thank
way.
you. I appreciate
absolutely.
I have done it at elsewhere.
Full on makeup.
No, but yeah. So like for me, I don't know. He does it sometimes, and he thinks it's funny. He'll be like, and I'll be like, let go of my hand, and he's like clenched on. I'm like, oh, but if I'm
It
drunk,
doesn't
I don't
bother
care.
me. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Because I'm
Good.
like,
I love that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I do have a follow-up question. Is there any type of advice, or what advice would you give to somebody that may be out there watching that hasn't come out yet, but is thinking about maybe coming out or trying to build up the courage to get to that point in their life? Is there any type of advice or anything that you would give them just from personal experience?
I think for me the most important thing is, and this is for like everyone, is just like you have to find love in yourself first. Like once I find, like, even though like my situation was different and I was like kind of forced, at that point I was like, you know what, I am who I fucking am.
Yes.
And you come to realize, and this isn't in every situation, but you're more loved and accepted for being that person than you actually think you are. I think it's a lot of media and the things that you hear around you that kind of scare you, but then at the end of the day you realize, like, you know what, no, like I am okay. I am able to love this person and be who I am and love myself. So I think it's always just find it in you to love yourself enough to say, hey, this is me. I will forever be this way, and be proud of it. I think it's as cliche as it sounds, but it's just like when people say like, oh, you know, like I've been in the closet for so long, like 21 years old, you know, being with women, like I wanted to get married, I wanted to have kids, but then deep down inside I realized that's not who I still do that. Now I'm married, I want to have kids, we want to have kids, but it's like it went differently, and then now that I feel happier. Someone told me the other day, like, I was just like, I know people say that I've changed, and they're like, no, but you changed for the better, because Rueben brought out the person that
Yes.
you know, we always wanted you to be. And so like I feel more comfortable with him. Like I said earlier, like he balances me out.
He farts.
No,
in front of me.
But yeah, I
That's
think
when you know you love each other, when you can fart and shit in front of each other.
Like, but you have to. I really think that the biggest advice that I could give someone is to really love yourself no matter what. You know, whether the closest people to you don't accept you, as long as you love yourself, that's the only thing that matters.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
My advice is really probably just kind of similar. I think we all will say the same things, except for depending on your experience. But mine is just the word unapologetic just comes to my mind all the time.
Okay.
However, in this day and age, I just say be smart, find your ride or die, and be unapologetic with that one person to warm you up, to be who you want to be with that one, even if that one person is a pen pal or someone on, you know, a TV show. I mean, it doesn't have to be someone that's like physically there with you, because it can get lonely, especially nowadays with social media and all the hate, and there is good and there's bad. But I would just say the three things are, you know, find that one person, whatever, like I said, whether it be faith, whether it be, you know, spiritual, whether it be a TV character, a human being, be your unapologetic self, and really just fight for who you want to be ultimately. Because there were times when I was growing up, I was like, fuck, like, how am I going to do this? Like my dad doesn't like that I'm gay. He won't talk to me. My little brother's growing up. I have to make sure he can't be gay, because like I can't have two gay. There can't be two of us, you know, like there was a lot of things I was dodging, but ultimately I found people that I could just be myself in front of, and slowly that bloomed through time, and I didn't give up. But some people are pushed to that corner of giving up, and so that's why I say find a character on TV. Find that one. Like there's so many shows. The Love Simon show, which is a really good show. Love Victor, is a spinoff. Or channel your bad bitch energy and watch Lizzo. I don't know, like you know what I mean. Like find that one person that you feel like you can be, and just be that person, even if it's in your room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In your honest opinion, do you think San Antonio, since y'all both live here, is more pro, or not pro, but more like allied to the gay community?
I mean, maybe not as much as Austin, but
not as much. I think they're definitely making progress. I think our mayor has a lot to do with it too.
Yes.
I think a lot of people really look up to Daddy Ron.
If
you're watching, Daddy Ron,
my new personal trainer.
No, I think that there's a lot of, and not just the mayor, but obviously he's one of them. But I think there's a lot of advocates.
Elsewhere is your
elsewhere.
This is your safe space. Elsewhere, I love you guys.
Oh, I love
whatever the fuck you guys need. I'm here for y'all.
Yeah, I think there's
100%.
a lot of people who help push it, and it's going to continue to grow. But I will say, going back to what I said, your life, no one's opinion is more important than your own life. So those of you who are scared, those opinions do not matter.
Yeah. I can imagine the feeling of relief and just having a weight lifted off your shoulders once you get that out there, and you're no longer holding this secret back and holding yourself inside, and being able to just be truly yourself.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, you still have fear, but it's just you feel like you can just breathe. Yeah. Like there's no I know that feeling all too well.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love this conversation, and thank you again for being part of our relationship and sex episode, especially getting to know y'all a little bit better and having an open discussion on this. And it seems like everyone was really happy on this one.
It wasn't
we could keep going too.
And then we can go on.
Taryn asked, I'm the top, bro.
Yeah. There you go, on top.
Yo, bro.
The top one.
Do I need to turn my hat around?
What up?
Wait, okay.
Because I have a bigger dick.
Yeah.
I'm the top, Natasha.
Hear what he said? He said,
Because I got the bigger dick.
And on that note,
Tune in next week.
when we compare dick sizes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I love it.
That's
That's hilarious.
No,
We're gonna have to have y'all on
Yeah,
again.
thank you guys so much.
No,
Great
you guys are having
energy.
us. This is great.
Y'all have really great
thank you.
energy.
Yeah.
We love to talk.
We do.
Y'all are so cute together.
We wanted
too.
to start our own podcast too.
I have that whole damn system. I have that at my house, but we ain't done anything with it. So.
I actually saw it the other
Just
day.
get started. Just
David
do
was
it.
like, "Are we doing this?" I was like, "Don't look at it."
Yeah, I was cleaning out the office. I was like, "Are we doing something?
What's happening
with this?"
here?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have y'all back on sometime.
Yeah.
I love the
100%.
conversation and
Absolutely.
just y'all's personalities
We'll
and
come back.
everything. I
Yeah,
would love
that'd be
to
cool.
just
We'll
be
come
able to
back.
have. I mean, not even just about gay stuff, just in general.
Yeah, just in general.
Gays in general.
Not because y'all are.
No, yeah. But we love you. But we love you.
Wait until July 1st.
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
July 1st will be a whole different. story.
Yeah.
I did really want to quick before we go. I did want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out
Yeah,
there
absolutely. Happy
yesterday.
Father's Day.
I know it was a hard day for some people as well that do not have their fathers. I know some of my close friends are missing theirs, yours. So my thoughts were definitely with y'all. But I know I have a lot of great friends as well, or people in general like you know, that are great father figures to their kids in their lives that aren't even all theirs. Like
Absolutely.
you know, father to kids that aren't even biologically
Bonus
his.
dad.
And I admire that genuinely because I don't have a dad, so it makes me appreciate that much more. So
You
happy
made me
Father's
cry.
Day to you.
Thank you.
Oh, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to everybody. My thoughts for everyone that didn't get to celebrate with their father. And then I also wanted to say happy Juneteenth. Today was
Yeah.
Juneteenth.
Fucking right. Yes.
It was a big,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
It was a big thing. So
I
I just
didn't
wanted to
even
mention that
know
stuff.
for some reason. I didn't know it was like considered as a.
Oh, it's a big
federal
deal.
holiday.
It's a big deal.
I didn't know that
more
until
recent,
I
like last
called
year, I
the.
think.
This
Yeah.
is the
This
first
is
year.
the
Yeah.
first year, yeah.
Yeah.
I called the bank and I was talking, making transfers and all this, and then they're like, they said something along the line like, "Well, luckily we're just open for customer service and not."
Like the banks.
Banks, yeah.
actually.
I was like, "Why would y'all not be open?" They're like,
It's
Wow,
Juneteenth.
holiday. I didn't know though.
This,
like,
this is our second. Honestly,
I really didn't know.
This
So
is
I
our
was
second.
like, "Oh wow!" And that's why I put it on our group chat because I was thankful you mentioned it now.
This is our second Independence Day. Like this should be as important as July 4th is. 100%.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of over July 4th, honestly.
I
America,
know.
like
Yeah.
we get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go America.
we-
Very little
But you still
weenies on the
take the day off.
grill. Yeah.
But like,
Better not wear red, white, and blue
Juneteenth-
dress.
I know.
I'm gonna
I'm
watch
glad,
in the
I'm glad that it's
parade.
finally recognized
better wear
as
it is.
something important because it truly is important.
Yes.
It really, truly is.
I know you have to end, but one thing I'm passionate about. Someone told me today.
Yeah,
They're
we don't have
like,
to
Rueben.
end.
They're like,
No.
Rueben, you didn't post anything about Juneteenth because I'm a real estate agent. I try to be as inclusive as possible, but I'm like, if you don't you don't have to, and this is for everyone, like for all of us, like you don't have to post about it to be about it. Number one, but number two, if you're gonna post about it, don't just post because it's
Yes.
It's a trend.
It's the
It's a
trend.
trend.
Like I'm not gonna do that.
Yes.
Because guess what? Like number one, I can confidently sit here and say I'm not completely educated on Juneteenth.
Yeah,
I
me
know
too.
I know what it stands for, and I know the events that took place.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna go out there and put my logo with like some colors or like for what? You know what I mean? So the same for
'Cause you need
Pride.
to understand.
I was about to
Same
say,
thing,
they're not
like,
posting about
the same
Pride.
for Pride. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my point. Like you see, unfortunately, everyone is. Gap is Pride, Banana Republic's Pride, the most manly probably Gymshark is Pride. Like there's so many things that are Pride because it's a dollar sign. So to your point is I appreciate that you
Ellsworth's
pointed
Pride,
it
but
out.
I'm very much an ally.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like, but I
Yeah.
like that. I
There's
like
an
that.
A now in Ellsworth.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm so fucking sorry.
Only in June. Only in June.
No, fuck no. I'm absolutely not.
They're gonna add the
12 months
A.
out of the year, I'm fucking an ally.
Hey,
Now
no,
elsewhere,
June.
the current's gonna be like canceled. Elsewhere.
And you're done.
Current's kind of hard on certain things, so yeah.
No. We love elsewhere. We love elsewhere.
Too funny. No,
But
just
no,
jokes. Just
I-
jokes,
I-
y'all.
I- I agree with you.
To my point
Absolutely,
on
yeah.
Juneteenth, though, I just think that most people need, like, to y'all or to your point, is like we're not everyone is that educated because it's still
Yes.
new,
It's a new-
as a
yeah,
federal
yeah,
holiday,
right,
you know.
yes,
So
right.
don't feel weird that you didn't know. You'll know now next year.
I didn't feel weird.
just
I was
realized.
just surprised. I was
You-
like, damn.
oh.
I was like,
Oh, you didn't know it was actually
yeah,
observed.
I was
Black,
like,
two
wow. I was
brown,
like,
two
damn.
black.
The what?
Our outfit, sorry.
What is it?
We
It's
coordinated.
black, two brown, two black.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cute.
yeah.
It's real cute. I thought you were.
We're like the brown
saying 'cause I'm
M&Ms in
black.
the middle.
I was like, what do you?
No,
like?
what? No.
Wow.
No, black. I was like, no, that's my ADD
This
kicking
episode's
in.
over.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Jesus.
Oh, that's my ADD. Thank you.
ADD.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so what's going on for this week and this weekend? Any events?
Yes.
Anything
it is
that is
the-
coming up?
It's a land pride parade.
Okay.
The land.
Yeah.
The
Main Street
land
Pride.
pride.
Yeah. So yes, on the gay strip, on the grip.
grip.
And so David and I will be in there. Taryn does whatever the fuck he wants to do. Hopefully he'll be there,
He
but
might be
we'll
there.
see.
He might not.
Taryn, just come.
Right? Because he's also David's also Riverwalk royalty. He's
Are
a
you?
Duke.
Yeah.
Shut the.
Wait.
Bro.
No. What?
What are you?
Joking.
What are you?
Relax.
He's a Duke.
He's a
Oh,
dude.
There you go. Congrats. Yeah, we didn't know this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Joking.
Y'all, when it's over, y'all better bow to all three of them.
I had to learn how to curtsy for her. I don't know about him. He don't get all that. But
The fuck?
You're wondering, not to make this about me, but I was Duke back in 2016.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm
There
just
you
kidding. I
go.
don't remember what year it was. But.
Hold on. And can you want to say it? Say it.
What?
For this year, next year.
No. Wait.
Okay.
No.
There's a slight chance I might be running again.
Let's
There you
go.
There
You heard it here first.
That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
There you go.
Everybody,
So yeah.
everybody.
Sell your soul. I'm just kidding. No, but really, make some money.
So it's
That's a lot of work. That's fucking donate. Like, you gotta raise money, dude.
When you make it,
Donate
there's
to
a
my
whole bunch of shit
campaign.
that goes into it.
yeah. So Saturday we will be on the
On
grid.
Main Street.
Right.
Yes.
What time does it start? Do you know?
I don't pay
Probably like
attention to
7.
meetings.
I think Pride's an all-day event.
No.
No, but the
It's like
parade.
7.
I think it's like 7.
Hopefully it's in the evening.
Y'all all
No,
better
it
be
is.
there. Are you gonna go? Y'all gonna? Well, you said
Yes,
you're
y'all
gonna be
should
there
come.
What day?
Yes.
It's Saturday.
on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yes.
Pride Parade on Main
Yes,
Street.
it's a pride
The,
parade.
the actual
gets
parade
crazy
starts at
packed.
7.
It's honestly
It's at
so.
nighttime.
It's honestly so.
Oh
good.
yeah, I went last
It's-
year.
You said you were on the Tito's float last
I
year.
was on the Tito's float
I didn't
last
go
year,
last
and
year.
like literally, I got teared up. Like
He
watching.
could be on the royalty float this year, but
Obviously, I'm okay.
Welcome back, Taryn.
But honestly, like I got teared up. Like honestly, watching what was happening and who was part of it, and like watching these kids and these people and these parents, and like it's moving. It's really moving to watch these people just be.
Just be.
Just be correct. Exactly. I love it, and that's what this is about.
Yeah.
Is we are here to love each other and be with each other and grow together and like fuck everybody else and like.
But are you an ally?
oh shit.
Yeah, someone wants to know.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, that was a question.
They put in the comments.
Yeah. Oh really?
No.
Oh my god.
Welcome back,
I was
Taryn.
about
Welcome back,
Speaking
Taryn.
of the comments, do you want
Can
to
we
shout
just-
anybody out that was
Oh, yeah.
watching? Because y'all had quite a few people watching for y'all.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was just looking at. Oh wow. Wow, y'all love me.
Oh, Mel. Hey, Mel.
Mel's my best friend. She was my maid of honor at my wedding.
Oh.
Adrena, I have breakfast with her tomorrow. Breakfast.
Wait,
meeting.
is that Melanie? Melanie?
Melanie Ruiz? Her last name's Bias now.
I know. Wait, I wonder. I can't.
Vic and
well, I
Brian
think,
said
I think
hello.
She went to high school with me.
No, she
Heyo.
went to high school with me. So
Oh no.
no, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're too old for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Oh, Christabel,
It looks like her.
another real estate agent.
Looks like someone that. Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you all for
everybody
tuning
for
in.
watching. Yeah.
Obviously, vote
Oh yeah, vote for me. This is the last week and elsewhere.
and elsewhere.
Who else is
Elsewhere,
anyone else
okay.
nominated here?
I don't know.
Y'all should have been nominated for podcast. Y'all didn't do the work.
Oh
I'm
shit!
just kidding. I'm kidding. Were y'all nominated?
No.
Well, no, I already won. I'm queen of San Antonio.
You're like, it's been done that.
Oh my god!
If
Oh
you're
my
watching-
god!
So the 10 people that are watching need to vote.
Yes.
Vote.sacurrent.com.
Yes.
Till the 24th of this week, you can vote for me, best realtor, Ruben Hernandez Valdez. Elsewhere, for
That's where best bar, best fucking Sunday fun day, best
Best
bar
allied,
food,
best, just best.
just
Best
best
allied.
everything. Like,
Best allied.
sorry about it.
Allied.
They're changing their name.
There's like seven
officially
things
elsewhere
you
with
can
an
vote
A.
for. I don't know.
Elsewhere, yeah.
Elsewhere.
I
But
think it should
anyway,
be
you can vote until Saturday.
ALS.
And you know what?
Elsewhere,
it's
A+.
funny because a lot of people have asked, when people mention the podcast or they mention awards and they see the SA Current or other ones, and I have had friends ask me like, "Hey, how come you're not on there or whatever?" And I just like it doesn't really matter.
No.
I'll
be the first to tell you, I've won it twice. It is
Like,
a popularity
doesn't-
contest, and you
it's
beg people
not
to
like
vote for
really,
you.
It's not really a.
you-
But I
I
will
have
say
to
this.
beg.
I will say
Really,
this.
like,
is that
please
we,
on
we
Instagram,
have
vote for
My
me.
60,000 followers on Instagram.
I
Like,
don't care.
please vote for me.
Yeah. I think it goes based on yes the popularity, but I think for me having a podcast with great people on there for over 4 years,
content.
Says
consistency, the
something.
content,
Says it- says
over
something.
4 years, episode 213 right now, live podcast.
Let's go.
That has not been done, hasn't been done consistently like this,
Consistently, yeah.
like this. It's just been amazing. So everyone from the past to now to you to our new two
It's
co-hosts
it's
this
Nat
year,
Boogie and Mike Anthony.
and no, it's with y'all two this
No,
year. You know,
no.
you minus
we're nobody.
whatever, but no.
Excuse you.
Yeah, Natasha's
the-
been here.
I am.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Doctor.
Oh, the queen?
Yeah.
The
No,
doctor,
but
the
it's
queen?
been amazing. So for us, it's like we just love the fact that we are able to have guests on the show, content on the show, be able to showcase San Antonio, and then hopefully in all of this continue to grow and to continue to bring the podcast more. But
And it's laid back.
And at the end of it, we will have, and this is something I've discussed with Nat Boogie and everything. We have a friend, WP, that used to do a SA
what a party.
Nightlife awards, and we will get there to where it will be
William
an
Latham.
award that is presented by Late Nights with All Access to
Oh,
give
y'all
awards.
could do like an episode from there, like leading up,
and
that'd be
it'll
cool.
be like a really cool award ceremony show. So that's in the works though. But congratulations to you.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
to Elsewhere, of course.
Yes.
Again, just some things that are coming up for the next month. I know that Desire Skylar, shout out to Skylar. He has Sean Kingston on July 28th. So if you're looking to, book a VIP, go reach out to them. We have Pauly D August 17th.
Is that you? Is that you?
That is me.
Fuck yeah, let's go, buddy.
Bringing back for the second time, bringing back Pauly D. And there is in the works right now for July 2nd to where we may be bringing a hip-hop artist. It is like a 50-50 chance, but I'll say it here first. Juicy J.
Oh,
Juicy
wow.
J, 36 Mafia, if y'all remember that, or Bands That Make Them Dance. Like you have...
Oh, that's my jam.
Juicy J, there's
Actually,
a high chance where we'll be bringing him July 2nd.
Wow.
And
High chance.
High chance.
High chance.
Hopefully it goes through.
Let's go. Let's go,
I got a
baby.
good offer for it, so
Fuck yeah.
looking forward to it. And then also, if you're looking for a party bus or limo, go ahead and text
Quinceañera, let's go.
210-677-5289. We'll be glad to help you out.
I cannot.
You can
Welcome
go
back,
ahead and
Taryn.
follow us on Late Nights with All Access on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, official All Access Podcast. You can go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, official MikeAnthony.Torres. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for having an
guys for
open
having us. It
discussion
was
with
great.
us.
Yeah, thank
Really,
you.
truly
It was fun.
appreciate it.
I'll let y'all start social medias.
Oh, at Rueben_realtor. My name is spelled RUEBEN. Not because of y'all. Everyone misspells my name. Rueben_realtor on everything.
I am at official David Wayne. Wayne is my middle name, not my last name.
And together we are the gays.
I love that.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Right now, fun fact, I'm suspended on Instagram right now. Like I
Are
can't
you?
like things. I can't. I can post. I can like stories, but I can't comment on things or like things.
Why?
You're too gay or
Because
what?
yeah, apparently
fuck?
I'm like that's a hate
No, there
crime.
was
It
like
is
this-
July.
it was like this
but a lot
hacking
of
thing,
people,
'cause there's a lot of
people, it's like your profile is connected with buying followers. I'm like I have 3,000
Oh,
followers.
absolutely
If I had bought it, I would have had like 50,000.
Yeah,
So
eat
it
shit.
said like, and so it says until June 22nd. So I can't I couldn't like the post that y'all put.
Oh,
I could
that
share it,
sucks.
but I couldn't like it. I couldn't comment. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So until
Fuck
June 22nd.
Instagram.
Everyone
Fuck
will be able to
Instagram.
watch this whenever they want. So
Okay, cool.
usually we repost this on
Oh,
the
cool.
Facebook page so that people can just continue to
Oh,
watch.
cool.
Yeah, throughout the week.
So yeah.
Yay! Thanks for
Do you
having
want
us.
to say mine?
Go ahead.
He always
Queen
gives me
Nortenia?
shit. Yeah.
Queen Nortenia for Riverwalk.
Doctor.
Laugh all you want.
Yep. Yeah.
Just change it to doctor, dude.
I will after my reign is done. So it's
Oh.
Riverwalk Queen _Nortenia 210 NORTENO 210. Fuck you, Taryn.
What the fuck?
That's also part of my.
Yeah, fuck you,
It's
Taryn.
really
Part
long.
of it.
It's really
That's
long.
a
And it's
hashtag.
just
I'm creating that.
You
Yeah.
because she ran out of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
T.
Too many.
Yeah.
I'm so
FUT.
proud of you. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. I know.
I am so
I know.
proud of
He
you.
gives me shit. Y'all have missed this. For
I was
people
at
that
her
are new
graduation
here.
and graduation party, and the party was at Elsewhere.
It was.
Elsewhere,
And
you
you,
forgot
didn't
the
show
A.
up.
I had a lot going on.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. What's
Social
your
media.
Taryn Art?
No, I'm
Elsewhere.
nobody. Elsewhere SATX. Fuck you.
For A plus, are you gonna?
And
do
then
That's also
Taryn
part of
Art.
SATX?
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
That's
Mental
also
health
part of
really matters, y'all.
Yeah. Can we have a mental health?
Yes,
it.
we will.
It's Men's
Taryn.
Mental Health Month, by the way.
The next
Yes,
episode,
it
let's
is.
talk about my mental health.
Yes.
Because holy fucking balls.
Let's do it.
Holy
do it.
fucking balls.
It's been a lot.
Let's
It's been
do
a
it.
lot. You
Let's
want to
do
air
it.
it out?
Yeah. All fucking air.
Oh,
All
yeah.
air it the fuck out.
So
I'm
next
ready for
month,
this.
y'all be ready.
I'm so ready for
Taryn's
this.
coming out.
I'm coming.
I'll
I've just
coming.
inserted myself
Hey.
as a special guest.
Hey.
All right. Well, thank you both so much again for being on tonight. We really, really, really appreciate y'all just taking the time out of your day and being here late with us and having these open conversations. I honestly learned some stuff tonight that I didn't
Same
know.
here.
And I really, truly admire y'all as a couple. I think just y'all as individuals and as a couple, y'all complement each other. Y'all are awesome fucking people. And I love everything that you stand for. And y'all just had some really, really, really great insight and things to talk about. And so thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. I am Natalie Charlene on Facebook, Naboogie with no E on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. Slide in my DMs.
No E.
Gonna finish
No
it.
E.
No, I was just saying. Yeah.
I already said that part. Oh Lord. He needs water. AJ,
Welcome
water.
back, Karen.
Big shout out to Unas Frias for allowing
Yes.
us
Oh,
to
yes.
be
Absolutely.
set up
Absolutely.
at their spot. They've been our new
Location.
sponsored location for a while now. So shout out to AJ, shout out to Joseph. We really appreciate y'all showing us some love. AJ. I appreciate y'all showing us some love. It's
AJ,
Late
can I get
Nights
a
with
beer?
Alexos.
Thank you.
Catch us every Monday night right here on YouTube at 10 p.m. MikeAnthony, myself, Taryn, and Natasha. We'll see you every Monday night. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all, and we hope to see y'all next week. Y'all have a great night. Have a great
With
week.
BB
And as
Montemayor.
always- Yes, BB. Hey. As always, please support local.
Yes.
Peace.
All right. Bye.
As
Okay,
long
bye.
as-
What's going down, baby? It's your boy Clifton Simmons. Tune in every Monday night with Late Nights with All Access, baby.
It's your boy AJ Rivas. Tune in every Monday night.
Tune in every Monday night.
Every Monday night.
Every Monday for
Late Nights with All Access.
This King Tiz in the building. Tune in every Monday.
Night to Late Night with All Access. Let's get it.
You already know. Every Monday night.
Hey guys, it's Natasha. It's your girl, Boogi. Make sure that you tune in every Monday night, every single Monday night to Late Nights with All Access.
Hold up, big baby.